Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
A very good morning to you. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
Okay, let's get started with the show now. Team Nigeria, talking about table tennis, they have qualified for the team event of the Olympics. I'm talking about the men, so they will be representing Africa in Brazil.
Congratulations to the men's table tennis team. I mean, it's been on the horizon for a while now. All they had to do, Cecilia, was maintain the sport, on top of the rankings, which they've done successfully. Okay, also on the show, the final of the Europa League will not be an all-Spanish affair after Liverpool beat Villarreal 3-1 on aggregate to book a date against defending champions Sevilla. I mean, Yemi and Cecilia, we were all thinking it was going to be an all-Spanish affair in the Champions League, all-Spanish affair in the Europa League, but Liverpool have crashed the party.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way. And Jurgen Klopp has a chance to win a trophy in his first season in charge at Anfield. All right, we'll leave football for a while and go to tennis. The man in your picture, still on course. Spain's Rafael Nadal keeps alive his chances of winning his 29th ATP World Tour Masters title after defeating Sam Querrey to book a place in the quarterfinal. It was a 6-4, 6-2 victory for the Spaniard.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched that game, it was a bit slow start for Rafael Nadal.
You had to come back in the first set.
Yes, it was 1-4 down. Yeah, but it showed all his champion quality, to come back and win that game pretty convincingly, especially in the second set, which it took 6-2.
Okay, all right, we'll go into details of that much later. But first, let's start with the big one, which is a Team Nigeria qualification for the Olympics. I mean, we were talking about the fact that the female couldn't go to Malaysia for qualifications and all that. If they had gone there, the ranking would have been higher. Yeah. But as it is now, you're going to be having Nigeria and Egypt, men for Nigeria, and of course the female Egypt. They are the ones that will be representing Africa in Olympic Games. But before that, also, we'll talk about the Europa League, what happened last night.
Yes. So what happened last night?
Yes, I'm asking you.
It was a very convincing performance by Liverpool. It was another magical night at Anfield, 1-0 down from the first leg. And I think a lot of people had little to no doubt that Liverpool were going to overturn that deficit, and that's what we saw, helped by that very own goal, very early goal scored by Bruno Soriano, and from there Liverpool just went on and they couldn't be stopped.
Well, Liverpool, everybody knows something has changed. Jurgen Klopp has brought something different, and there's belief at Anfield. I don't know if I was confident enough that Liverpool were going to win, but they did what they had to do, and it was good. It was a good night for Daniel Sturridge as well, even though a lot of his critics will say is back again. Selfish Daniel Sturridge. Yeah, but that's my opinion anyway.
Yes, he got the goal. He got his goal.
And that's all that matters. Yeah. That's all that matters. Okay. And another good night for the Brazilians in the team, Philippe Coutinho and Firmino. But the Spain's dominance of football is what we've been talking about all the while. And I do agree with you when you said you thought it was going to be an all-Spanish final in the UEFA Champions League and an all-Spanish final in the Europa Cup. But Liverpool had something to say about that, so it didn't turn out that way. So we'll see. A ticket to the UEFA Champions League on offer.
That's it.
And that's the most important thing.
Yes, Cecilia, I don't know if you agree, but it actually looks like that's the main target for them, is to get into the UEFA Champions League, not the trophy. Yeah, the trophy is nice, something to celebrate at the end of a tournament, but I think it's all about qualifying for the Champions League.
And another thing is, when you're having Liverpool, when was the last time they actually played in the final?
Long time ago.
For any European competitions.
Yes.
So that was in 2005 or 2007?
They won 2005. They won this tournament 2001. They said they had Michael Owen.
That's donkey years ago.
Yeah, Steven Gerrard, and all the others.
Then in 2005, they won in the Champions League. In 2007, they were playing at home against AC Milan. So
they lost that final. They lost that final.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now, I think that's also an opportunity for Jurgen Klopp. First season in charge, you said it from the beginning, that look, for a coach to actually come into a club, he has been to 2 finals You talked about the Capital One Cup that they lost to Manchester City at the end of the day, but this one, I don't think he want to let it slide at all. Now, these are the pictures coming from the game between Sevilla and Shakhtar Donetsk. Yes. I mean, this was definitely going to be a Sevilla game. We all knew from the beginning, because for them to have gone to Ukraine, you know, scoring 2 away goals, so that already was in the kitchen, and it was really crucial.
And the Ukrainians were almost ruining the plot, so to say, when they got a goal back. But the Spaniards didn't allow the advantage to be taken away from them, because if the Ukrainians had got that second goal, the tide would have turned, or if it was a 3-3 draw, it would have changed. But they ensured, and they showed us that we want this back-to-back. It's no fluke.
Nope,
we really understand how to play in the Europa.
I mean, that's what it's going to be a dominance all through for them. I mean, I'm looking at Liverpool. I think the story should just definitely be more of Liverpool. They are about 9 points behind, 9 points adrift of Manchester City. And if they get the win this one, so they get to play in the Champions League, that's a story you definitely want to talk about.
Yeah, Cecilia, it's very unlikely that Liverpool qualify for the Champions League via the position in the English Premier League. So that's out of the picture now. So it's all about this particular final.
And it's interesting. It's interesting. A lot of us, the English Premier League is receiving a lot of flack from a lot of football pundits and analysts. They're saying it's so much high, but for all you know, for all you care, if Liverpool wins, you might likely have, just like you had this year in the UEFA Champions League, where you have 5 Spanish teams, you might have 5 English. That's if Liverpool go on to win. But so it's part of whatever anybody is saying, that the Spanish league is the best.
But it's not about the numbers. It's not about the numbers, because what if you have 5 and they all crash out in the group stage?
Exactly. But look at what the Spanish team have actually done. If not for Liverpool right now, you've been having all Spanish final in the Europa League, and of course all Spanish final in the Champions League. That's the day for the final, of course. It is going to be May 18th. It's on Wednesday, so it's still not as big as the Champions League that is now Saturday. It's going to be on Wednesday in Basel. Basel is a pity that they just couldn't get here. That would have been better for them if they're playing in front of their home fans, if they had gotten to the final. Well, let's listen to Jurgen Klopp. What do you have to say after that game?
Okay, I would not be like him 1 second in my life. And he's a great manager. It was intense. He saw it. First half hour, what a power. And really, the will was obvious, I would say. And 15 minutes. We lost a little bit patient, so that's normal. You player was pass and come through over the wing and things like this, and then we tried, a little bit different. Made not too much sense, and then second half back to the plan. Still very emotional, plus very smart, wonderful goals, well deserved. Great game, and you all see now, and when Daniel Sturridge is fit, he's an unbelievable striker. Everybody knows this, but even he needs players to play with. So I know about his quality. I knew before I came here. Now I know it better. Oh, great player. Good to have him here.
You know, when you're listening to him, I mean, at the beginning, was actually talking about the coach of Villarreal. You know, they actually had this
spat.
Bit of altercation.
I was like, this is not the Jurgen we know, but sometimes some coaches
seriously, I don't think you know a lot about him.
When I mean, like, you know, having to, I don't know, like,
no, you should looking at it, you know, it's not the new.
He got banned by UEFA.
Oh, come on,
a season or 2 ago. In Italy, I think against Napoli,
very
he lost his
on the
cool,
sidelines.
you know. That we know him to be
wanting to get physical with another coach.
He does it maybe not like Diego Simeone, not like Jose, but in his own way. Sometimes he gets animated. Sometimes he gets to him, and you know, you see the way he celebrates, he jumps, he screams and shouts.
I mean, a lot of energy in the celebrations, and you know, trying to get the fans behind the team. So yeah, good one for Jurgen Klopp. I know he will be aiming, for that trophy at the end of the day.